Are we gonna do the applause thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, Piffle radio show for nonsense. I had to look at the wall to see what our tagline
what
is.
our tagline was. I really think at this point we should just commit to calling it a podcast for nonsense. The radio show conceit is well gone at this point. But, you know.
Sorry, Josh, we're not terrestrial. Josh, that means on the actual radio, if people don't know what terrestrial means. Actually, that's not what it means. Is that?
Kind of, sort of.
I don't know what the dictionary term for terrestrial means, but I think it...
Never mind, don't worry.
The Earth. Yeah. Of the Earth?
Are we really going down this road?
I don't know. I didn't take Latin in school. Is it Latin? It might be Greek. I don't know.
We are off to an amazing start.
This is my brother Josh.
Hi. That's Noah. That's my brother Noah.
Yeah, thank you. As you can hear, people in podcast land, we're recording this live.
Oh, we're back live.
At the Comedy Cafe Berlin.
That's right.
Josh, you and I, before the show, agreed that we, for this new format of Piffle, that we would each trade off introducing the show.
Right. So what's your introduction?
I just did mine.
Oh.
I just did mine.
I'm so sorry. That was your intro?
I know, it fell flat, but maybe you can bring things up with an introduction yourself.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I forgot that we agreed on doing that. Hey, welcome to the brand new Piffle, rebooted and revamped.
I liked mine better.
Yeah, you kind of won that one by default. No, we're doing something new this time. We're combining what we used to do as scripted Piffle episodes with what we did with Piffle shorts. So we've planned things out a little bit. We've discussed things to discuss.
I have a sheet of paper.
We've got a wonderful guest who will be joining us later.
Yes.
And other than that, it'll be similar to what you and I used to do in my bedroom.
Ooh. That's give some context, Josh.
All my recording gear used to be in my bedroom because I lost my office because I have children and they needed a bedroom.
Oh, jeez.
So
that's why I'll never have children.
You know what though? This leads me to my.
Sorry,
his wife is in the audience and just hung her head so depressed.
I'm sorry, that was a joke. It was for comedic effect. Oh, look.
Nope.
Oh.
Noah's been projecting our logo, and every 5 minutes it just disappears.
That's good for the podcast people.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing that I want right behind me.
No, that's not cool.
Can you just turn that off now?
Well, it means I have to leave the stage.
No, then don't worry about it.
All right, cool.
I had a good segue here.
Go ahead, Josh.
Well, because
edit point.
Great edit point. Yeah, thank you. I'm not editing this, so you can just keep saying that. Because we used to record out of my bedroom because that's where my office essentially was. Mm-hmm. But we just moved. My wife and the children and I just moved. I
hope that you all moved together.
Yes. Well, we did. That would. Yeah. Never mind. And I have an office again. So.
Does that mean we don't have to fool around in your bedroom anymore?
You're just playing into the minds of so many horrible people here.
Yeah. Let them play.
I'm not here right now. I just mean in general. For some reason, because Noah and I are brothers and do a lot of comedy stuff together, people just assume that there's something disgusting going on. It's just like the default joke to make, and that's weird.
People are, by nature, nasty and brutish.
That's right.
And that's why we have democracy.
And that's why there are 10 people
Isn't
here.
that what Thomas More said? I don't know.
You and I are talking about very different things right now.
I'm talking about Sir Thomas More.
Yeah. I'm going to keep moving on.
Go ahead, Josh. You're steering this train.
Because,
can you steer a train? I don't think you can.
You can. Did you just say, of all the vehicles you could have chosen, you went with train?
Yeah, I was...
I mean, you literally could have basically chosen any other form of transportation.
I know. My brain was rolling with the train.
All right, man.
I don't think it works. Sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
We got this place, and we knew we were going to move a while ago, and we also needed to get a Kinderreisepass for our 4-month-old, right?
Okay, translation.
So, a baby passport.
A passport for
children's
your-
passport. A
right.
children's passport, which you get at the Bürgeramt, right? And the last
Which
time
is a what?
oh my god.
For our non-German
The
speaking
Bürgeramt is the I don't know what the citizen,
city hall?
the
Council?
sure,
Yeah.
City Hall. Thank you. Oh fucking A! You were just derailing this. Talk about train references. Anyway, so the last time we had to do this was 3 years ago with our other daughter, and we made an appointment online, and a week later we were at the Bürgeramt and everything was sorted. This time around, I went to make an appointment. I could not make an appointment anywhere in the city, and that punct, full stop. I couldn't make an appointment anywhere. I had to refresh the thing like every morning at midnight 01 to try to get an appointment. I finally got an appointment in fucking Wilmersdorf.
Ooh. Which is? For our non-Berlin
It's
people?
a district in Berlin
Okay.
that is 45 minutes away from where we live.
All right, a little context. Thank you.
All right. And at the time I made the appointment, it was 7 weeks in the future. This appointment happened now last week.
Oh, really? Okay.
So we go, and even though we have an appointment, we waited for 2 hours because they were so backlogged.
Jeez.
And the reason why they're backlogged, there's a sign on the door, their new software is causing a backlog.
Yeah, classic.
Fucking Germany. It's like the new thing that's supposed to fix things is making it worse.
They just updated to Windows 95.
I guess that's what it is. So then to just the icing on the cake was that we had made the appointment for the Kinderreisepass, for the children's passport.
Yeah.
But we figured at this point we'll do our Ummeldung, like our registration for our new apartment.
Thank you for translating on your own.
Because in Germany, you have to register where you live. Okay, we got that out of the way. So we go, and the woman starts hemming and hawing about, like, oh, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to do both. Technically, you have to make a separate appointment for each thing you want to do. And I looked at her, and I was like, are you serious?
Because when you register online, you can only register for one thing.
For one thing,
Yeah.
exactly. And then she tried to blame the fact that people were showing up trying to do more than one thing on the fact that there's such a backlog.
Yeah, sure.
And I literally said, I was like, the sign says it was new software. Anyway.
Called her out on her bullshit.
Yeah, well, she did both things for us. I guess I should be grateful that she did her job. I don't know. Anyway.
Do you think there's also maybe a backlog because so many people in the city are having babies?
Fuck you.
Thanks for gentrifying our city, Josh.
What, the children are the reason?
Yeah.
Kids are the reason for gentrification.
Bunch of fucking anchor babies. An anchor baby, for our non-English-speaking audience, is a baby that's born in a foreign country solely for the purposes of gaining the citizenship of that country.
Yeah, you know, no one actually uses the word anchor baby.
Yeah, it's quite a pejorative term that the
Yeah.
Republicans like to use to reference Mexicans in America. Political rant.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I was asking you if you want to do a political rant at the moment.
Nope.
Okay, good. We can move on. Too much negativity in the world.
What was that?
I don't know.
Just political rant.
I'm naming things.
You are.
Josh, we're 10 minutes in.
Okay, good. Are you short on... You were the one with the list of stuff we need to talk about. Oh, wait, you had to stop to put the logo back on?
Yeah, every 5 minutes it loses signal and I have to put it back on. And now it's just... Whatever. Doesn't matter. Good, Josh. Check in. How you feeling?
You know what? I'm pretty good.
Okay. Let's...
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know either.
This is just news from Google. Good. You're doing well.
How are you, Noah?
I'm fine. Lately I've had an urge to drive again, Josh. I don't know if you actually can drive in this country.
Yeah.
I cannot drive in this country because there's a strange law that says for New York drivers or for people who come from states that don't have an agreement with Germany,
Right.
that they have to redo their entire driver's license process. So that means like
Not the entire thing.
Not the entire
but
thing.
close.
I did learn this actually. So I thought I would have to like redo the driving test and the written test, et cetera, from the ground up, which is like, I guess, 3,000 euros, et cetera, et cetera. So I was like, no, there's no way that makes sense, especially when you live in a city and there's public transportation, et cetera. But lately I've had this fucking urge to drive. I don't know what it is. I think it's because we were raised in the country.
In the country, auf the Land.
Yeah, auf der Land.
I didn't know how to conjugate it, so I just left it blank at the end.
You just said the D.
I just said the D part, yeah.
Are there native German speakers here?
How would you say that? Auf dem Land. You know, that's what I thought, and I should have just committed.
Yeah. So we were raised auf dem Land, in the country, and we had to learn to drive growing up. And
sure, it was more convenient that way.
It was certainly. If you didn't drive in the country, then you had.
Can you
no
say
friends.
countryside?
The countryside.
Thank you.
What does it?
Because when you say country, it's like, yes, we're not nomads.
I actually don't feel that way. You think it's colored that way when I say country?
Just, I don't know if it's the way you're saying it or the context, but it sounds like you're saying like, yeah, we grew up in a country.
No, in the country.
I'm just saying.
Okay, the country. Hey, can we take a quick poll from the audience? When I say we were raised in the country, what does that feel like to you? Does it feel like more like, I don't know what Josh felt?
Countryside? Or does it feel like Noah's talking about America? I win that one.
Okay, I see. The holy thee. Okay, so the countryside of upstate New York. But I don't know. Like lately, I haven't been able to drive because of this stupid not being able to drive, and I want to drive. The point of this whole thing is to say I have an insane urge to drive.
Aren't you going back to America soon?
I am going back to America soon.
There you go. You could drive there.
Yeah, I have to renew my American license.
That is a larger issue.
It's funny, actually. Here's the story.
Okay, good.
In order to renew my New York license,
Yeah.
And here it's like a good contrast to the German process
Sure.
that you went through and the American process that I just went through. I had to get an eye test
Yeah.
to renew my American license.
But it has to be local, doesn't it?
It doesn't.
Oh.
I have read the fine print, and
Good.
I can do...
You were able to read the fine print. I feel like you've passed the test.
That's it. That's all the Americans wanted. No, I was able to do the eye test in Germany. All the optometrist. Is
Yeah.
that the, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
got it.
I thought I was just referencing like a kid doctor. No, optometrist.
Pediatrician.
Totally different word. Yeah. But the German doctor.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call it an eye doctor.
Good, do it.
The German eye doctor just had to sign a piece of paper, like a form that I printed off that's in English.
Right.
And then I thought, like, oh, now I have to take this form and scan it in and send it to the Department of Motor Vehicles. No, all I have to do is do an online form, fill out something online,
Yeah.
and then just click a button and fill out like
An affidavit.
yeah, basically saying that, yeah, I got the test done and here's the number. That's it. They don't want a scan or a signature or a stamp.
They just want you to tell the truth.
Yeah. No. So then I was like, yep, I got the eye test, and I totally could have lied. I didn't. I did the eye test.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm an honest citizen. And now I have a license coming, and topper is I didn't have to speak to anybody, and they gave me a temporary license.
So you can drive.
I can drive, but I don't have like a photo ID license right now. It's coming in the mail in 2 weeks. Good story. Good.
Wow. Just wow. We are. Yes. Celebrate.
I can
good
drive.
times. Yeah. Can I tell you another story? No.
Okay.
All right, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Someone just said, "Oh."
Aw. Well, here's this thing that happened.
No, it was just one person. You don't need to tell the story.
This new place that
All
we
right, fine,
moved
go
into. Well, I'm committed now. We moved in this place. We have a garden now in the back. I live with like essentially backyard,
Sure.
right? Which is great for the kids. And this week was insanely hot, and we put the little kiddie pool out in the back for our daughter, and she's playing around. And there's also this little play area back there. The backyard is split, mostly ours, and then there's this tiny little section that's got like a common playground area for the whole building.
For other people.
But no one has ever used it, so it's pretty much ours. But anyway,
Nice.
And our daughter's playing back there, and I'm kind of following her around, and in this corner, like right on the border between what is like the common area and our yard, I see like a huge pile of shit. And I was so pissed. I was like, someone couldn't take their dog out front, and they just had to bring it. And then, like, you know, like me, like worried about the whole gentrification thing in general, I thought like, oh man, like maybe they're doing this on purpose. Like, oh, this yuppie family moving in, like, oh, fuck the family, I'm gonna make my dog shit in their yard, right? And I'm looking, and there's a tree right next to where this shit was, this pile of shit, and I noticed, like, tucked into the cracks of the bark of the tree is toilet paper. And my first thought, this is how my brain was like, someone wiped their dog's ass? And it took me like half a beat to be like, oh no, that's human shit. Someone took a shit in my backyard and then tucked the toilet paper into the tree.
No way.
Yeah, and this is like I don't know, maybe I haven't noticed, I don't know, whatever. I noticed it for the first time when like we're finally like, you can just put the kid in the backyard and let her run around. Nothing's gonna happen. It's totally walled in, and now I have to be like, hey, you know, don't step in the human shit back here until I clean that up.
So fucked up.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What'd you do with it?
I put on like as much of a hazmat suit as I could make out of a garbage bag and latex gloves, and then scooped it up and put it right in the trash. I mean, I've got a kid.
Yeah, you can't let your kid slip around in
Papa,
that.
was ist das? That is human shit. Please avoid.
Now, do you think maybe she did it?
You know what? If she did, that would like A+.
Yeah.
A+.
She didn't do it in her pants, and
she wiped
Yeah,
herself.
she wiped herself.
That would be a huge upgrade to what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Which is like half the time right in her underwear, and the other half of the time, Papa, ich brauch wiping. My daughter speaks Deutsch completely.
It's German and English.
German. It's actually mostly German.
Yeah.
It is, and I mean this like completely, it's viscerally inside the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. And a lot of weird shit has happened, but my wife and I are Americans. We've only spoken English to her. She's been in Kita for 1.5 years, and she only speaks German.
It's adorable.
We talk to her in English, and she answers back in German. And like now she knows like the words. She knows what the words are. Well, be like I made strawberry rhubarb pie this afternoon, and I was like, "Here, there's some strawberries in there." And she goes, "Papa, Erdbeeren." I was like, "Yeah, fucking, I know." Thank you. That's awful.
I did start teaching her words in English and in German just so she could differentiate.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
You did that.
Yeah. I did
Thank
that.
you. No.
At least one word.
Oh no.
Human shit. Was she walking around like saying that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Although we really do have to be careful now. I stubbed my toe a couple weeks ago, and I used to yell out "fucking A," and for like the next hour, she's like "fucking A." Like, oh,
Nice.
please don't say that.
Cool.
Actually, the thing she says all the time now, which she picked up at Kita from some asshole kid, she says this all the time to either me or my wife. She'll go, "Papa or Mama, Papa, du ärgerst mich."
Oh.
I'm like, oh, no, child. You do not get to say that to me.
That's when you put her out in the backyard.
Yeah, with the human shit, yeah. Oh, man, that is, like, that's, I mean, if she said that in English, I'd be a little pissed, like, Papa, you're making me angry. I'd be like, hey, go fuck yourself, you know? But to have her say it to me in German, I'm like, oh, no.
That's a whole new level.
Yeah, that's like a, oof.
All right, thanks for checking in, Josh.
Yeah. What about you? You got anything?
I talked about driving.
Oh, yeah. I think it's time.
Yeah, it's time for our guest.
I think we should do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, put a huge round of applause. Put your hands together for Katja Gerz.
Yeah. Hello. Look at Katja. Hi, Katja.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Are you testing the mic?
Yeah, I'm just
Test the levels. Josh, are levels okay?
Yeah, it
Great.
looks good.
Good.
We did this earlier. I don't know why I'm redoing this. Oh, no, actually, you're adjusting.
Very good. Very
Yeah, I
good.
guess
That's
it's
good.
just to make me look busy.
Cool.
Really.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Katja Gerz. She is a German-American comedian and actress in Berlin.
Now, we're also German-American, but what's the split for you?
Yeah, so my dad is German and my
Okay.
mom's American. And it's funny because I grew up here I was born in Hamburg.
Right.
And it was the same thing. My mom spoke English and I
Yeah.
would only reply in German.
Okay.
And then my mom got homesick, so we moved to America, and then I only spoke English.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like...
That's funny because for us it was the opposite. Our mother is German, our father was American, and he didn't. We lived here until I was about 3.5, and he didn't speak a word of German, so he only spoke to us in English. But I only answered in German. We moved, and then I lost all of my German, and it still hasn't really come back.
Verdammt nochmal. That's actually verdammt nochmal is the first German phrase I learned from my mom.
Yeah, because she would once we moved, she would only yell at us in German. The only time she spoke German was when she was yelling. So verdammt nochmal was a common phrase in our household.
Yeah. And then it was like the only so Josh and I don't know if it's the same for you, but Josh and I can only hear our mother's German accent when she's angry.
Oh,
right?
no, yeah.
So like normally she just sounds like mom to us and she's normal and I can't really hear her German accent, but everybody else around us is like, "Oh, your mom is so German." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And
what are you doing, man? I don't know.
she says some words when she's angry or when she yells at she's German, so she's angry a lot. But when she
That's actually not true.
That's such a cheap joke. I don't know why it was for a laugh.
She's a
I'm sorry,
kind,
guys.
sweet
Especially
woman.
for the Germans.
Yeah.
She used to call. I remember this. We'd be upstairs playing, and then she'd call us down for dinner.
Oh yeah.
And she would go, "Dinner, dinner," and that was
That was
the only,
the German
that was
accent.
the
for you?
German
German?
accent. Yeah.
Are your parents still in America or are they here?
They're both here. So
Okay.
my
Oh,
mom's
okay.
here in Berlin, and my dad's in Cologne.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's man, the parallels are crazy.
Wow. Are we siblings?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe so. And you were in Los Angeles for a good long while in America. It's kind of still are, back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, currently you're right here.
Thank you, Noah.
No, I moved back. I was born in Hamburg, and by
Yeah.
us, I don't know. It was funny because my name is Katjana, and in Hamburg, in Germany, there's a law that you're not
Oh, yeah.
allowed to name your child whatever it is that you want to. You can't be like in America. You can be like, "Oh, it's an apple," or whatever, you know. And it was.
And it
funny.
changes every year. The list of words.
They
of
add
names.
more names to
Do
it.
and
they
it takes
cut
them
out
on.
other names?
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
"Oh, we don't want more."
I think
It's like the
so.
Olympic Committee.
I think it's like a percent, within a certain percentile of common names. I'm not even
They're
joking.
like, "We have enough Stephanies. Let's just get rid of her."
Stephanie, verboten.
Yeah. Aus. Schluss, basta. So I was born in Hamburg, right? And my parents couldn't decide between like Katja and Tatjana. So they said, okay, let's name our child. My parents were hippies, right? So they're like, oh, let's go with Katjana. And but Katjana was not in the book, right?
no.
So the people there in Hamburg, they were like, oh, es geht nicht, klappt nicht. And my mom, being the American, she's like, I'm suing.
She did? Really?
I'm the fucking first Katjana in the book.
Oh, no way. So she sued and won?
Yeah.
Wait, so why
Well,
didn't...
I don't know the whole specifics,
Okay.
but it was.
Wow, I can't imagine the bureaucrazy involved in
I know.
suing
Suing
the German
Germans.
government. Wow.
Over a name.
Yeah, I mean, I officially didn't get my name until I was 7.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
You had me on that one. I was
yeah.
like, what did they call you?
Like, hey, dude, nah.
Yeah. They
You were
called
just
you by
like a
the
ghost.
case number.
They called me dinner.
You. Are you the oldest, or do you have
Yes.
siblings?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I have a brother,
And what's his name?
George.
No. Get out.
Get out of here.
Your dad was like, we are not going through that again. His
no,
name
he's like,
is
just
George.
do something simple.
Now, George or Georg?
George.
So it's full on George.
Full on
Okay,
George.
yeah.
And he studies here in Berlin.
Okay.
And he always goes by George. Yeah.
Germans always think my name is George.
What?
Your name isn't George?
because if I introduce myself as Josh, then they kind of get it. But like I'm Josh. Like people know me as Josh. So when I say Josh, they're like Josh,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like no, I think you're trying to say like George. And sure enough, they'll write it down and it'll be
like-
George. I'm like,
Oh, a memory from growing up with you, Josh. I remember when the word douchebag first became
this
a
is
thing.
going in a good direction.
Yeah, and I remember like for whatever reason yelling douche in the house, and then you responded thinking that you heard your name.
Really?
Thank you for that story,
And
Noah.
that's
It's a memory.
Thank you.
It's a
Thank
real
you.
memory.
I'm glad you retained that one.
Yeah. All right, let's
Me
bump
and
back
my
to
brother
present day.
thought because we moved in '94. We moved to Santa Fe, and we were like loser kids. Like we didn't have a lot of friends, so we hung out a lot.
Because it's George and Katjana.
And we fucking went to Waldorf school, so it was like really bad.
Oh man.
Anyways, we had our own like fort in the backyard, and then we're like, we need like a club name, whatever, right? And so we put up our hands, and he's like, come on, let's do, I don't know, like high and a 5. Let's do high 5. And we really thought we came up with high 5. We're like, it's catching on, George. Look at this. I swear.
Why are there so many people in our fort?
Yeah, there's too many.
How did everyone get our secret handshake?
Really? That can't be. Douche, what do you say? No.
Oh, no.
Great. A thing I don't even remember happened is going to be a thing now. Thank you.
Do you sometimes, when somebody just calls you by the wrong name, do you just go with it? I did that.
All
I did that
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to correct someone. That's awkward.
There was a woman in Staples, and she called me Miss Abigail for some reason. And
Wait, why?
I have no idea. And she's like,
Maybe
good day,
she
Miss
does it.
Abigail. And so I was like, oh, hello.
And so she thought she knew you. You
Yes.
guys are complete strangers. You're in Staples, which is like an office supply store in the States.
But I went there regularly. It was right next to my door, so I went there like often.
Yeah, you need to
And
refill that
she always
paper.
called me like Miss Abigail. Yeah. And the problem was,
my-
she was so sweet about it, right? And so I was always like so bummed out because I always had to like, in America you pay only with credit cards, right? And always when I went to Staples, I'm like, fuck, I need cash because I can't pay with credit
was
card.
gonna ask,
because then she'll see I'm not Abigail.
Nice.
But I feel like that's the perfectly passive-aggressive way to be like, my name is not Abigail. Although I guess she'd be like, credit card fraud.
Yeah.
Miss Abigail.
I have to report you.
Yeah.
When I was in college, we have a middle brother. So I'm the youngest. Josh is the oldest, and we have a middle brother who's older than me, younger than Josh. That's middle, right?
That
That's middle.
is the way
checks out.
that
Got a
works.
smart one here.
Thank you.
I figured it out. Because he went abroad. He went to Cuba. That's another story. He went to Cuba to study medicine. So he gave me his license, his ID, when I was in college, so that I could get booze underage. And we looked very similar, so it was fine. So I would go like every weekend to the
Wait,
liquor store.
Hold on. It's fine because you look exactly like. Wait a second, son.
No. I mean, it was fine in that it wasn't suspicious because we looked so much alike.
Yeah.
You got it.
I got it.
You're not an idiot. Maybe you are.
Well, we have
Maybe you are.
2 notes.
But the point is, for a very long time, I went as Jonas Telson, my brother, and I was very familiar with the liquor store owner. And then when I turned 21, I got my own ID.
But you couldn't
and
use
like
it.
overnight, I became Noah, and the guy did not at all acknowledge the fact that I was Noah.
Yeah. You were giving him good business. He
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
care.
no, I'm sure this happened to him all the time.
time,
He's
yeah.
like, I got you.
You and Ben used to.
Transgender.
Yeah, right.
I only have brothers.
It's a weird like name change to go for, you know, like maybe that's what he thought. You just went for a name change. You didn't like Jonas.
I was transitioning into a different name.
Yeah, right. You guys used to get confused all the time. You and Ben Jonas.
Jonas Ben.
Jonas Ben.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I'm just trying to. The roller skating story? What was it?
Oh, yeah. So.
Oh, no, it was wheelie shoes.
I think we talked about this on a podcast,
Oh, then
actually.
never mind.
Yeah, let's not talk about it again.
Sorry,
Insert
everybody.
the last podcast. Beep. Beep.
Edit point.
Edit point. All right, Katja.
Here, present. That was so funny.
I actually missed it. What did you say?
Present.
Present. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It's like roll. It's like roll call.
I thought that was-
So you went to high school in America you did Waldorf.
Waldorf
so
school,
so
yeah.
that doesn't really count.
I did like Waldorf school in Nuremberg, so
Yeah.
Nuremberg.
Nuremberg. From I actually recently found out, like my first year of my life, I spent in Lisbon.
You found out?
I didn't know.
So
You're so young.
you're
You
a
didn't
third
know.
Spanish?
No, we just
Lisbon.
Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Edit point.
Oh dear.
It is hot and I am tired, and I don't care about the Iberian Peninsula.
Do you ever wonder why you spoke Portuguese?
Sim. Decorado, escrito.
Wow. Oh, you do.
Cadê tudo, cara?
My goodness.
I can't
No, I
tell
just
if it's
didn't
actual
know.
Portuguese or not. Yeah, sorry, Lisbon.
It's the Spanish Portuguese.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't know because, like I said, my parents were hippies, so they moved around a lot. And but anyways, I was in Fürth or Nuremberg until I was like around 9. Then Santa Fe, New Mexico until I was like 14, 15, and then back to Koblenz, which is like near Cologne. Then Berlin, then New York, then LA, and then Berlin.
Wow.
Wow.
Now you got started in comedy in LA, or
No, in New York actually.
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
I started doing a couple of classes at UCB.
right? Sure.
Yeah.
Right,
And I
sure.
studied acting here in Potsdam
Right. For
Cool.
free.
for free.
Yeah.
So
the way to do it.
Not really.
What made you decide to move to New York? The UCB? The Upright Citizens Brigade? for anybody's
I finished university 2011. I was writing my thesis on Lucille Ball, which is the greatest, bestest comedian of the world. Look her. You guys know her? Do you know her?
Yeah.
Sure.
She's awesome. Anyways, I was writing that, and I was kind of like, I thought, if I continue staying in Berlin, I'm going to be full-on German, right? And then I got
Can't let
really
that happen.
depressed with that thought. And so I decided I just went and got a ticket and flew to New York just for 2 months. But I got out of the L train, subway, and there were so many different people, so many like different sizes and like colors and loudness, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm hooked." Like, yeah, the second I got.
It's funny because you either have one of two reactions. You have the same experience and you go, I am getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Or you have the same experience and you're like, this is it.
Yeah.
Staying here forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're me and you're like, this is it, staying here forever for 12 years. And then all of a sudden you switch completely to getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Good story. Thanks.
Cool. Josh, should we move to the
Some
news?
news? Some news items? Katja, you want to join us
Yeah.
on the news? Oh, she looks...
Katja's recoiling in fear
oh,
of the
goodness.
news.
There's
No,
one
like,
very important thing we got to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
The Brexit.
Oh, the Brexit. You want to lead off with the Brexit?
Well, it's a
Guys-
pretty big news. Oh, you want to talk about the soccer game?
No. You started with Brexit. We'll continue with Brexit.
Side note: Brexit rhymes with exit. That was my.
You prepared that, didn't you?
I did. I have it written on my hand.
Well done.
What would it be called if Germany left?
I think people have been
Just-
calling it Grexit or Grexit.
No, Grexit is Greece.
Oh,
I don't know. We shouldn't think of this live
does anybody
on stage.
know it? Has anybody? What? Cheese? Someone said cheese it. I don't think that works. Dexit.
The Gergsit?
Deutsch. It doesn't matter.
I think that's why we're not exiting because we
Yeah.
have no cool name. We're just-
Germany's staying in, which
Yeah,
is
it's
not
like,
a good nickname.
You can't think of anything.
There's
It's
no
just-
clever pun. We have to stay where we are.
Some crazy shit, though. I
Yeah.
don't think people really expected it. I think most people in Great Britain didn't expect it.
No.
Like,
And-
all these people are going, oh, wait a second. Now we have to leave? Backsies?
I
Never
think-
mind?
Wasn't there also like in Google, like after it,
Yeah,
they were
people-
like, "What is Brexit?"
Yes. No, people
Like
were
the highest thing, we're like, I
people
don't know
were
what it is.
asking what the EU was.
Yeah.
That
Number
was-
two
We
search
need it.
term was
The number
what
2
is-
search term on Google in England the day of and after the referendum was, what is the EU?
Yeah. In some ways, I like it sucks. It sucks, and I'm sorry to all my British friends who are suffering or will
Potentially
suffer.
suffer.
But I think it's so just like funny. It's just so funny.
I kind of had the same reaction.
You have to see, just for the hearers, that he was closing his eyes and looking into
in
the
pleasure,
light.
yeah.
In pleasure,
Yeah,
while
it's some
saying it.
Schadenfreude. Maybe is that the right word? I can't really describe what it is, but it's
Yeah.
like poetic. No, see, so the reason why I'm doing this is because like.
Yeah.
people in the States, or at least like Americans, sort of perceive English as like sort of smart because of their accent and et cetera, et cetera. But political stupidity exists in England, and it's so obvious right now, and it just makes me feel so good that they can't.
We finally
everybody
knocked
sees
them
it
off
now.
of their goddamn pedestal. Yeah.
They don't. As Americans, we don't own political stupidity anymore.
No, not in any way, shape,
It's
or
good.
I don't
It's
know
good.
about that.
But come November, we'll take that mantle.
Yeah,
back
we
again.
will.
I think
see what happens.
we'll major in stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, God, I hope. I don't know. There's part of me that wants to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care what happens over there because I'm living here now.
Yeah.
But then this other part of me.
I saw
be
the
sad.
other day, or like a week ago or whatever, I saw an a YouTube clip of Trump, and he had held a speech, and he was saying like, I feel very bad for all the victims of 7/11.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he mixed up
Yeah.
7/11 with 9/11.
Well, I actually am. I feel sorry for all the victims of 7/11.
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, they're pretty off.
Diabetes is a serious
Yeah,
thing.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Can I just on this is an entirely different topic.
Yeah.
But when I heard that quote, right, it's weird because I don't know if like where we grew up, I don't think there's a 7-Eleven anymore. There hasn't been for a very long time.
There are. You have to kind of search for it.
That's what I'm saying. They used to be
because we grew up in the country.
Oh, God.
There weren't that many.
Yeah, but I feel like they used to be ubiquitous everywhere, and there's really not that many of them in America anymore.
No,
but,
in New York, of course, there's none. There's like maybe one or
Right.
two. But in LA, every single
Oh, really?
block there's
Okay.
7-Eleven. There's
Also
like
in
10.
Amsterdam.
well, that's what I was gonna say. In Scandinavia, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Do you guys know them? Yeah.
You know what 7-Eleven is?
7-Eleven.
Sure.
Do you guys know 9/11?
What's worse?
God.
Let's take an audience poll.
Oh man.
Nope.
I was going to bring up something else, but I think I'm going to save that one.
Let's move along.
Yeah.
Let's Brexit.
This conversation.
Hey, all right. That
What's
was-
what's the next thing we're talking
the
about?
lowest form of comedy. TikTok.
For all the listeners at home, Katjana is holding her mouth in joy from that joke. So let's talk about the Euromeister. Is that what we call it? I think I just Germanized that.
Yeah. What do we
the Euro Cup, the EM, or what is
do
the
they
actual,
call it in English?
the
European Championship. That makes
the UEFA 2016.
UEFA?
UEFA. It's UEFA. UEFA Cup.
UEFA Cup. Great.
Let's talk about it, Josh.
Okay.
So we're actually recording this podcast
Yeah.
directly after Germany's victory over Slovakia. Who would have thought that Germany would have won?
Wow, who would have thought
Everybody.
that? I mean,
My
I was
goodness.
baffled. I was like, "What is going on, sir?
My
What is going?
goodness.
I don't get it.
You know,
Are you from the country?
I'm from
Which
the
country? Yeah.
The country. The country where we
I was-
drive cars. We like to drive them cars
Wow.
without license plates.
I like to think that that's what like early German immigrants to America sounded like.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice.
Maybe, I don't know.
I was just thinking about it watching that game, and Germany was leading for a good deal of it by a fair margin.
Well, the
Right.
entire
I know, but I'm saying like at a certain point, like Slovakia knows they're not gonna win the game, right? But they've still got to play for they still got to run around and they can't just be like, fuck it, like we're not gonna win. I don't really want to exercise anymore, they kind of have to commit to continuing to play.
Well, I mean,
and that sucks.
national pride, Josh.
It'd be so funny if they're like, "Ooh, I'm running behind the ball."
I know.
Okay.
I was just thinking that's a lot of running because we
Yeah.
were talking about it would be crazy if Germany was just so far ahead. They're like, fuck it, who wants to play? And they just invited some schmo onto the field.
Like
And-
you or I.
Yeah, right. And we're just like, we run 10 meters. So we're like, okay, tap out. I'm done.
Can I
But,
get off?
And that's. But if you're in shape, I mean, that's a lot. These guys are running like 10 kilometers a game, and you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Like
It's good fitness.
I don't know. I think I'd be like,
I could do without the fitness.
I'm in it for the money.
Yeah. But the funny thing about the show, or the show.
show.
I call
It is a show.
It is kind of a show. People make money off it. Doesn't matter. The game that we played here, I've been streaming off of the internet.
Oh yes, I was going to talk about this.
Interweb.
And off the
Interweb.
Okay, cool.
Just want to say something.
Good. Interweb or internet. And when you stream it off the internet, there's a delay from the actual stream that you get through cable. And I guess everyone around us is watching off cable because firecrackers are going off like a good 10 seconds before we
Way
see...
more than that, like a minute.
Yeah, a minute.
It's a minute.
Before we see the goal scored on this side. So it's...
So it pretty much ruins the game completely.
Well, it's good for
I made a lot of money because I bet with a deaf guy.
You bet with a deaf guy? You place your bet 10 seconds before the...
I swear, I know I have it in my gut.
It's going to happen now. You're cruel. But it was good for us because like,
No.
you would hear the firecrackers, and then the guys in the kitchen would run over just to see like it happen.
Yeah, but it's also like you're watching something amazing happening, but you haven't heard firecrackers yet, so you know nothing's going to come out of
I
it.
kind of like it. I like it.
You're just trying to justify the fact that you're playing with a horribly delayed stream in here.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what? Before I came here, I started playing. My wife was Skyping with her parents, and our 3-year-old. She likes to say hi for like 5 minutes, and then she's basically just in the way. And my wife just wants to have a fucking conversation with her parents. So I usually distract her with something, and I wanted to watch the game tonight, so I put it on my big computer monitor.
Ooh,
and it was just
Josh's got a big computer monitor.
God damn it.
Josh has a wife.
Wow. He's also got a
No
kiddie pool in his backyard.
Ooh, yeah. I really call it.
Yeah. He's got Pierre, his doorman.
What a douche.
Yeah. An elevator to his first floor apartment.
Erdgeschoss, thank you.
Yeah.
It gets us up to 5 steps. None of that is true, except for me having a big computer screen.
Ooh, look at you.
All right, so look, I put the game on, and we're very good about not letting our daughter. She Skypes with our mom and with the other grandparents, and that's pretty much all she knows about like
Ooh,
video.
look at your daughter.
Yeah, ooh.
Technologically
She's so
advanced.
fancy.
Ooh.
I'm saying no, she's not. She's
No?
like she's a kid who likes
Ooh,
Legos.
a normal
She's
kid.
No, that's so normal. No, it's really interesting.
No,
The
go ahead,
point of the
It's
story
really interesting.
is just totally irrelevant at this point.
Ooh, Josh has a
yeah,
relevant story.
Ooh. No, but I'm really interested. Continue.
No,
We're all... Josh, we're waiting with bated breath. Tell your story, please.
Tell it, like, seriously.
I don't know if I can finish it. Literally, the story does not have a point anymore because you ruined it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I overdid it. No, I did not. I'm sorry.
I put my kid in front of the computer, just sitting on my lap, and we were watching the game. And then I had to leave to come here.
Sure.
And she wanted to keep watching the computer game, or the computer, the game on the computer. She probably did think it was a computer. Actually, I forgot the funniest part of this.
Don't keep it to yourself.
Oh man, she only knows the computer via Skype, so it's always an interaction. So this time she's like, "Weißt du, Papa?" And she calls the people playing kids because they're small. Weißt du, Papa, die Kids, die kann nicht Hallo sagen. It's like, no, sweetie, there's not another camera for them to talk to us. It's just a one-way interaction this time. Anyway, so she keeps telling me that, and I had to leave, but my wife was still talking to her parents, so I just sat my kid down, and she was just watching this game. I just left her in front of this football game. She was just mesmerized. And I just feel like really awful because before we had kids, I swore up and down that I was not gonna be one of those parents that like plops my kid down in front of the TV.
Yeah.
Fucking just did it, and it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't think she has ever sat that still before for anything.
Never forget that feeling, Josh.
Yeah.
Never forget the funny part of the story.
So Germany's doing well. They're
Yeah.
well positioned for whatever. I'm not a sports person. Who's your favorite player? Who's your favorite player?
Ozil.
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 The one with the big eyes.
The guy with the big eyes. Yeah. Why do you like him?
Because he's a mediocre player, but he looks really great.
He's fantastic.
He's
No,
actually-
but were you talking about that?
Well, he's not doing great
real-
this series.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
No, he's
This
great.
series.
This series, I don't know. I'm
Oh, don't
combining.
spoil the ending. I haven't watched the last.
Can anybody guess that we have no idea what the fuck we're talking
Nope.
about?
I'm so binge watching the VM.
I watched all 3 seasons.
So he doesn't get a red
Just
card.
streaming it. So
Yeah.
Ozil.
Ozil, and I used to really like Lam.
Lam,
But he's
yeah,
not
he
in
was a
there
defender.
anymore.
He was
Yeah, I
tiny.
really liked him.
He was
Tiny guy.
Tiny guy, Josh's size. Josh, who's your favorite player?
I don't know. I'm Neuer. I mean, he's,
Neuer.
Oh,
yeah.
I like Neuer.
He's
too.
the goalkeeper.
the goalkeeper. Yeah,
Yeah, he's cool.
he's good.
Yeah, he's in a shampoo commercial.
Okay.
I like.
He's in a Head and Shoulders commercial, and I don't want to like plug Head and Shoulders for all 20 people that are
Don't give
listening to
anything
it.
away.
But does that mean is he like also like by advertising Head and Shoulders, is he also advertising that he has dandruff?
Yes.
Is that weird? That's weird, right?
Yeah.
I always thought that was weird. Is that embarrassing? I don't know. We should
I
ask
don't
him.
know. He's a millionaire. I doubt he cares.
Whatever.
He does care a lot about his dandruff. That's why he represented.
He's doing
Head
the
and
commercials
Shoulders.
for free
For
because
free.
he cares
So
that
he's-
much.
Cares about the movement. Is it a movement? It's not a movement. My favorite player
Yeah,
is Mats Hummel.
because of his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mats.
Mats. Yep.
Yeah.
That is
Who's
that
he?
is a name.
Well, because it's like you're playing soccer. You know, footballers need to like present themselves in sort
Okay.
of a big way, and he did it in the best way by like having a pluralized name. It's not just Matt; he's Mats.
How long did it take you to think of that one?
I just thought of it.
Oh, okay.
He's not really my favorite.
What's next on our news list, Noah?
Boy, Josh, the Heat, huh?
Oh God, no!
How about that Heat?
I told
the
you that we
sweating
were not
balls
going to
here.
do that. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the Heat. The Heat is insane.
Well, it finally broke. We're not really going to talk about the fucking weather, are we?
I went for a run the other day in that heat,
Oh, someone went for a run. Ooh.
Yeah, no. Like
and I sweat.
Is this because the two of you are over on that side?
Yeah, it is kind
It's
of
like
like
automatically.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that used to happen.
Well, you
with-
never go on a run?
I chase my child around a lot.
Oh,
my God.
Did you chase her around in that heat?
I did. yeah.
For people who don't know, in Germany for the past like 3 days, it's been in the what degrees should I advertise?
Upper 80s.
Upper 80s, 30s.
It actually
it's
went
one
into the
more-
90s Fahrenheit.
And that's just too hot sometimes.
It's just
too
so
hot.
sticky. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Sticky.
It's just moist.
Humid.
So yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Here's how bad it was for me. I took a shower and I was sweating because of the shower.
Maybe don't take a hot shower.
Yeah, that's true. That was dumb. That was stupid.
I have sweat stains.
You have sweat stains?
On
Not
your
right
body?
now, but sweat stains. That's
Oh.
how hot it is for me.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Sweet.
maybe you were right, Josh. Talking about the heat was a stupid idea.
It was all silly. You know what we should do, Noah, is our
What should we do?
our rant pitch monologue.
Rant, pitch, monologue.
Rant, pitch, monologue.
All right. You guys have pretty
That was our
good
segue.
yeah, pretty good odds here. We need a suggestion from one of you of a topic, and I am going to rant about that topic for a minute. Katja is going to pitch us a movie based on that, and then Noah's going to do a monologue based on that movie pitch. So we need a topic, and whoever gives us that topic will get a free piffle bag.
Ooh.
I will get a piffle bag free. We will let you pay for a piffle bag. No, we will. You'll get that bag that's hanging right there. So just any topic at all. It doesn't matter what it is. The more weird and obscure, probably better, because I can rant about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I always rant about this, but there's a vegan donut place in Berlin.
Oh.
There's no normal donut place where you can get good donuts. And that
Oh, donuts. I thought you were saying.
raging.
All right.
There's okay.
There's no normal donuts place.
This is. I hate to say, almost too easy for me to talk about the fact that there's no fucking real donut place in Berlin. I mean, god damn it, a vegan. Do we really need vegan donuts? Can I tell you right now, in my neighborhood, I love my neighborhood. In my neighborhood, there are 3 vegan/gluten-free cafes within fucking 1 block of each other. Like, who the hell needs that? Are there really that many people who are gluten? I'm not winning you over at all.
It's a rant, Josh. You're not going to win anybody.
I'm not going to
over
win
with a rant.
any. Are we timing this? How far do I have to go?
I'll stop you.
Okay. So I have to keep going about the
keep
fact.
going, Josh. It's not-
Frankly, what the fuck is a vegan donut anyway? Does that mean there's no
I can tell
eggs?
you.
There's no eggs. There's no milk. So it's just dough. It's just flour and water mixed together and fried. Can you fry it? Yeah, in plant-based oil, not in cow fat. The way I like my goddamn donuts. It's not a real donut unless it's beef fat fry. That's a real donut, and you can't get that in Berlin, because fuck this city.
We built this city.
Rant over.
Okay, good. That's kind of counting
So
on
that was Josh's rant. Woo! All right.
Usually we get really innocuous topics like walls or something.
Fucking hate walls.
Yeah.
So confining.
In a way that's easier for me to rant about.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to get personal. Anyway, so now...
So, Katja, you're going to pitch a movie.
Okay, so imagine we're in Berlin and it's a little foggy, and through the streets walks a man. His name was Bob Marley. And Bob Marley was super skinny, and he was so devastated because he realized that his only problem was he loved meat, and he was not a vegan, and he was not gluten-free.
Sure.
Okay. And he was in desperate need of a donut because he wanted to win the heart of a young girl named Desiree Smith.
Good, keep going.
And Desiree Smith. So he was walking
So
around.
far, I would love to see this movie.
I gotta stick it. Anyways, so Bob Marley goes and knocks on this one donut place, and they're like, no, it's only gluten-free. And he's like, but I need the gluten. Can you give me the gluten? He's like, no.
Just the gluten.
Shut up. Go out. And he went to another one, and they also said, no, we only have no gluten. Shit.
You were
then-
over your minute, by the way.
And then it ends with, like, to be continued.
Whoa! They're building a sequel.
It's a 3-part.
Oh my God! What's the name of the first one?
No gluten. No.
No gluten. No. Okay. So Noah, can you do a monologue?
Yes, I'll do the monologue of a gluten-free vegan donut.
Of the donut.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a lonely day. Oh, look at that. Another unsuspecting customer glancing over me, seeing his reflection in my glaze.
Oh my God.
Why does he not take a bite? Why does he not purchase me? Why does he not love me? What have I done? Is it because I am not egg-based? Is it not because I have no milk in me? Is it not because I am not made of flour? I am a corn-based donut. Just like my brothers and sisters, we deserve justice.
Okay. Good.
Thank you.
Nice. Give it up for both Katja and Noah.
Yep. You'll see that movie and
In
that
the
monologue
future,
shortly.
Can I just say that in the middle of my thing, and then I just kept getting gluten-free and vegan confused. And
Yeah,
I kept wanting to say vegan-free, that's gonna start being a thing, and I can't wait.
Vegan-free.
Vegan-free. It's gonna start. The backlash is gonna happen. Vegan. Is anyone vegan here?
Oh,
They're
too
too
afraid.
they're doing it right
Yourself.
now.
No.
I don't. Whatever. I don't really care.
Is anybody here a meat eater?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just trying to see how responsive you guys actually are.
I realized there's one more thing that I wanted to talk about.
Okay, one more thing, and then we'll wrap this guy up.
Yeah.
This guy, is this podcast male or female? Josh, you told me that the term guy is no longer gendered.
Technically not. No.
What do you mean technically not?
Well, like in the when the common usage.
Yeah. So if I say, "Hey, you guys are not going to be offended."
You're just telling them. I don't think
That's what you said, Josh.
I think that is literally what you can't do.
No, you can say guys to this. Hey guys,
Yeah.
and you can go if you go to a table at a restaurant. You go, hey guys, what can I get you, guys?
There are still people who get a little upset.
My grandma
As a person who does often address groups, I do feel uncomfortable saying guys, and I do slip into that sometimes. I think maybe Antonia can attest to that because I recently taught her class improv, and I do sometimes address you guys as guys, right? Yeah. See, I just fucking did it. I can't stop.
What else do you say? Hey people. Hey you.
Hey gang. Hey folks.
Hey y'all. I've been doing that sometimes.
Hey y'all.
Hey gang. Hey y'all. Okay, go ahead, Josh.
Right. That thing. There was this news story. Mark Zuckerberg was doing some
terrible thing,
blah 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 thing.
Okay.
But he had a photo taken of himself at his desk, and his laptop was in the background, and people noticed that he had taped over his webcam and his microphone. So there's layers of this that intrigue and make me laugh. Intrigue me and make me laugh. The first is that fucking Mark Zuckerberg, king of making no privacy whatsoever, is worried about, which I cover up my webcam. I mean, whatever. But like, hey, fucking asshole, you're the one forcing everyone to put location on everything. But he's worried about. In fact, he's so worried about privacy. I don't know if you know this. He bought all of the properties, the houses surrounding his house, so that no one could come close to his actual house.
Yeah, I did that. I did that too.
Yeah.
Are they just vacant?
I think
so. Or
so.
does he populate them with robots?
Maybe that's what he does.
Every robot needs a home.
But here's what I actually think is really funny, because everyone thinks of him as, and look, I'll give him credit. He's clearly is a very smart, technical person, whatever.
Sure.
But I don't. Well, yeah, because covering up your microphone with tape does not do a fucking thing.
Maybe it's future tape.
It's special Facebook tape.
It screams when you put it over something.
That's
just small screams. So you can't hear it normally, but if it's right on a microphone, you can see
just a tiny scream.
It's like
that's what the tape does. It's
tiny
future tape that only Mark Zuckerberg has.
And of all the uses that he could use this for, he puts it over the microphone on his webcam.
Yeah, privacy, Josh.
Anyway,
So what are the implications of him covering up his microphone? What does that mean? What are people saying about that?
Well,
does that mean that Facebook is listening to us when we don't know that it's listening to us?
I doubt that they are, because there are some serious legal implications there, but it is beyond, like, theoretically, it is technically entirely possible for that to happen.
But not even, it doesn't have to be Facebook. Maybe he just has the intel that he knows that other big companies do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, as a CEO of one of the biggest companies in the world, he rightfully should be doing that, because there's no doubt in my mind that there are corporate spies trying to spy on him. It's really funny to me, that this guy who's trying to kill privacy essentially is so worried about his own privacy, but also that he doesn't if his computer should just cut off the microphone.
Are you surprised by his hypocrisy? I'm not surprised by that at all. I think he has no choice but to be hypocritical. I don't know. Am I making a point?
No.
Doesn't matter.
How do you spell hypocritical?
Did this just turn into a spelling bee? I'll take it. You want to trade off?
No, I don't know.
H. I'll start with H.
Why?
Yeah, that's the hard
You got the
part.
one hard part of
Yeah.
hypocritical.
No.
P? Yeah. Go ahead. You got this.
Oh.
Hippo.
No, hippo. Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, guys, so
We'll give you a pass on that since you're only half American.
we got a couple minutes left. Is there something you guys want to talk about
Ooh.
other than vegan donuts? Thank you for that, by the way. Oh, you get this bag.
I think you
Don't
probably
forget
already
that.
have a bag, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh,
You
good.
don't-
Oh, it's about time you
now
have a bag.
you do. Anything? Anyone? I got one more story.
Oh, Josh, is it going to be this thing?
You don't want to talk about it?
No, go ahead.
All right, we don't need to talk about it.
I want to talk about it.
What is it? I forgot what it was.
This artist, Christo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, go
Do you
ahead.
guys know Christo, the artist? He's got this new installation somewhere in northern Italy where he made this like a bridge. It's a fabric bridge. It's essentially like floating cubes that are then covered in fabric. The dude just covers everything in fabric. That's like his thing.
Yeah.
It's almost it's almost like a joke, but he's
a glorified tailor.
the same thing what it is. He covered the Reichstag in fabric. He put fabric flags in Central Park. I don't know.
I put fabric on my body every day.
I
I don't
know.
get any notes.
You don't see
I don't
me
get any-
getting
Yeah.
plaudits. That's exactly right. Anyway,
Get
so
recognition if you don't put it on.
but here's
That's
how.
my case.
So there's this fucking fabric bridge that you can walk on into this lake in northern Italy, and there's so many people that are traveling on it. They have to close it and like fix it now every night.
Yeah.
Like apparently it was supposed to just be open 24/7 for a month, but within the first few weeks they had double as many people coming, which is first of all I was like, that's really, okay. You walked on a fabric bridge.
I think I'd probably go see it. I've never seen a fabric bridge that I could walk on,
I know, but
and I think I would go see that.
the thing is, no shit. You're walking on like fabric. Of course, it's gonna get run over. Like,
What kind of fabric is it, Josh? Because there are some tough fabrics out there. Is Teflon a fabric?
it can be. Yeah.
Well, then
Teflon can be
maybe-
woven into fabric.
There you go.
You think they made it Teflon?
I don't
fabric?
think they did, because clearly it's not working. But I think maybe they should take a tip from me.
I would just like to know, like, what is the job description of someone who has to fix a fabric bridge? Do you call like a bridge?
seamstress.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. You call
seamstress.
do you call a tailor or do you call a bridge fixing guy?
Or a cleaning lady?
My mom.
We should start mom, yeah.
Just call my mom.
Ma, I got a rip in my bridge.
Just put a big patch on it.
Like a cherry patch?
Yeah, exactly.
Super.
Just using your old jeans.
This was cool in 8th grade.
Honey, now don't complain.
Our mother made pillows out of my old sweaters.
That's right. Yeah, she made. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
In
she-
the country? That's what they do there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was actually this kind of melancholic thing. This is like my favorite sweater when I was in 3rd grade became
Yeah.
a throw pillow.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
are they now? I don't know. Who cares?
The bridge.
Sorry, Mom.
All right. Folks, I think we're going to wrap this up. This ended weird. We got to figure out an ending now for this show.
We could do a song.
A song?
Let's
Oh.
end in a song.
I'm glad I'm over here not high-fiving that.
I'm glad I'm over there and not high-fiving there.
You went for a fast song. I started with a slow end song.
Okay.
Go ahead. You start.
You start today.
I'm bailing on this one. I'm sorry.
Way to leave our guest hanging.
Hanging. Hanging by the door. I'm sorry.
It's time to say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
That was Katja saying goodbye. Now it's Josh's turn to say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
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 Say Josh. Say bye.
Goodbye.
All right, there we go. That was the show, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. A round of applause for yourselves.
Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Thank you to Katja Gerz.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks to Josh Telson.
Thanks to Noah Telson.
We'll be back at some point.
Yes, don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes,
all the
Stitcher,
subscribes.
Spotify now,
Tune in.
Google Play
Josh,
Music.
the
We're all
music
over the place.
tuned out.
No, it's still there.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. See you next time.